going on, everybody? Woo! We made it. We're here. I know Lana is here somewhere. Lana! Lana! Where are you? Yeah!
Hello.
What's up, boo boo? How you doing?
Hi. I am so excited. Oh my god. I'm like nervous and sweaty a little.
Me too.
But thank you guys so much for being here.
This is so exciting, man. We couldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. We're gonna have fun today. We're gonna read a couple scenes from To All the Boys. We're gonna read a scene from the third To All the Boys. We're also gonna hear from some incredible artists and activists. Of course, we're here to raise money and to raise awareness for Black Lives Matter. We've highlighted different initiatives. I've highlighted an initiative called Center for Policing Equity. Lana's highlighted one called
Know Your Rights Camp.
And Favored Nations has 4 other incredible initiatives that they've highlighted. If you haven't donated and you can, please go to favorednations.org/IDK and make a donation. You get to decide where your money goes. Coming up, first we're gonna go in order. We're gonna read a scene from the first movie, then the second, and then the third. But before we get to that, we are gonna hear from our first speaker, Lana.
Can I please introduce?
Go for it.
Our first speaker is Nepal Kiazolu. She is one of Generation Z's brightest activist voices. She is the president of the Youth Coalition for Black Lives Matter, Greater New York, and has been an activist since the age of 13. A rising political star, she was named Teen Vogue's 21 Under 21. Here's Nepal for a special message for the Favored Nations family. Wow. Wow, that was very, very powerful. And I know I'm sure that you're right there with me, but what she keeps repeating, like when the cameras turn off, like what are we gonna do? How are we gonna keep the momentum? How are we gonna keep pushing forward? And that's something that like I've been thinking about and prepping for, and being like, listen, this is, we all know the phrase, this is not a moment, this is a movement. And this will go on for much longer than like the social media, whatnot. And so something that I have been doing is I've collected just an incredible kind of library of books that I'm reading to educate myself in the privacy of my own home, and then having those conversations with my family and my friends. And that has been really awesome for me, and been really beneficial to just being able to keep my eye on the prize, even when you're just laying in bed doing your nighttime reading,
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right, and I'm really grateful that Nepal, even like, she's so busy, man. She's organizing on her birthday. She's organizing probably right now. And she took the time to make this video for us. And I agree. It really stuck out when she said, like, when the cameras are off, what are you gonna do? And this is a lifetime. This is a lifetime movement. This is not a moment. And I really hear what she's saying when it means we got to keep going. It's bigger than this moment. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I love you so much, dude.
Wow, that Patrice is a force to be reckoned with, for sure. And I don't know about you, but to be honest, I didn't really know what healing justice was, like, before that conversation. Like I see on social media, Black activists hosting like self-care lives and self-care podcasts and all these things. And I just think that is so amazing, because while we're all trying to do the work, and while, some of us are hitting the streets, and some of us are, you know, making organizations, and some of us are volunteering, and some of us are, you know, reading or having the hard conversations with our friends and our family. Like, if we're gonna commit and give it our all to the cause, we also need to make sure that we have the fuel in our own body, so that when we expel that energy and when we expel that just drive, we have the energy to give, you know. And I think that was so amazing what she was talking about, the healing justice, just because, you know, you have to charge up to do your best job. And I just love that, because it's so easy to feel so overwhelmed and then run yourself dry, and then you're left empty, and you're like, I know today I need to get up and keep going, but I have nothing left to give. And that's that burnout she was talking about. So I just think that, like, what she said, that was so impactful to me, and I know that it is for a lot of other people. I had many conversations with my friends about it as well. And then something really quick, I know I monopolized the conversation, Noah, so just one more thing.
Girl, take your space. I'm good with it. I love listening to you talk, because everything you're saying is just highlighting such important messages, so keep going.
Well, thank you.
Seriously, I got time. You good?
What I just wanted to bring up was when we were talking about defunding the police versus abolishing the police. There is at the beginning of I'll just speak from my own personal experience. Like, at the beginning of this, I guess, past couple of months, when we start talking about defunding the police, I have to say that I did not know exactly what that meant. Like, I was very not aware what that meant. So I, you know, try my best to figure it out and try my best to pull from resources. And one resource, one article that really, really helped me understand what it means to defund versus abolish is this article written by the McHarris brothers. It's published in the New York Times, and it's an op-ed called "No More Money for the Police." And it is a really, really, really great article that talks about redirecting the money to emergency response programs that don't kill Black people. And it is a fantastic article to read if you want to know more, about, and you want to have a little bit more clarity. That is a great article to reference. So I'll post it on my social media so you guys can go to it and read it for yourself if you're interested, because it really helped me kind of in the beginning of, you know, this whole growing process to understand what exactly we're talking about when we talk about defunding the police.
Oh, I love that. I can't wait for you to post it. I want to read it.
Yes.
I really can't. I can't wait.
You'll love
I like what you said about getting involved in local elections too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you don't need to donate money. You know, if you can, it helps. It's necessary. It's, you know, it's definitely a huge tool. But if you can't, you know, educating yourself on what's going on locally in your elections, like appointing a judge or the district attorney or a sheriff or your city council, you know, who's running your education programs in your city, you get to.
Right.
And these are things that we can take control of without needing, you know, a lot of money. You know, you need to get there, obviously, and vote and let your voice be heard. But you actually don't even have to be 18 sometimes to go to a hearing and to voice your opinion. A 13-year-old. And I spoke with someone named Philip Atiba Goff, and he runs the Center for Policing Equity. And that was a huge takeaway for me. It was like, you don't even have to be 18 to affect change locally.
Yeah. I think too that, like, affecting change locally, something that's also so important is filling out your 2020 census. For those of you who don't know what the census is, it's I'll get into it later, but it's basically happens you know, once a decade, where you have a voice and you should be heard. So you fill out your census, which basically says, like, how many people live in a specific area, but that census directly impacts how the House of Representatives, you know, pass legislation in terms of how they decide on schooling and education and, you know, just where their funding goes. So that is another very easy way, and it's not an invasive, questionnaire. Whatever, it's not invasive, it's very easy to do, and I think that is something also that's important for us young folks to know, that there's all these opportunities for us to make real change on a very make real change like in a reasonable way. Like, that's not a hard thing to do. So yeah, it's just one other little tidbit I got for you.
No, you're right though. No, you're totally right. If we enact change locally, it can work from the bottom up, which is a lot of us think about the primaries down, right? The president and down, as opposed to bottom up, and bottom up is extraordinarily effective, and we've been led to believe that it's not, and it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a countdown going, because we have 1 minute until we read a scene into All the Boys 3. Where that countdown at? All right, guys, this is your chance to go donate. If you have the means to, if you don't, it's all good. But if you do, please go donate. We have a goal set at 5,000 individual donors. You can donate $1, you can donate 50 cents, and it still counts as a donation. Please go. We want to hit this goal. It's about getting more people involved, not raising a bunch of money.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her.